Hey guys, it's Kerima and thank you for tuning in to another video. We are jumping straight into this disaster that I call my garage. It took me 2 whole years to finally clean this thing out, but I'm okay with that. Before we dive into the cleaning of the garage though, I need to make dinner for my family on this day. So I want you guys to come into the kitchen with me since you like cooking videos, and then we'll head back out here. So as you can see, we are having pork chops tonight for dinner. The meat was already prepared, defrosted, cleaned, ready to be cooked. So I just needed to season it. I'm using a ranch seasoning packet. I'm all about these ranch seasoning packets now. And I'm also using some Creole seasoning. I'm keeping it really simple on the meat. I am frying these pork chops, so I will be seasoning my flour so it will be nice and tasty. As you guys can see, my little shadow is right behind me. Kingston is never far from the food. This moment I discovered that I'm out of all-purpose flour. No one tells me anything in this house, so I am using bread flour. These are very eventful times, so you just have to make what you have work. When I'm frying foods, I have to season my flour or the food just tastes really bland to me. So I'm using some of that Creole seasoning, some salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder to season my flour. I wanted to show you guys what I'm using to fry my pork chops. I'm using the Bagotte Air Fryer, and I also want to thank Bagotte for sponsoring this portion of my video. This is the first time I've ever owned or used an air fryer, and you guys, I am in love. An air fryer is a game changer. I have the 5.8 quart air fryer, and because of its rapid circulating air system, you'll see that the food fries faster. I'm only going to set the timer to 10 minutes to cook my pork chops. Now, I'll be 100% honest, I've always been a skeptic of air fryers because I've always felt like it would give that baked fried taste and leave your fried food soggy instead of crispy. But that is not the case at all. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably see some chicken wings that I made in this air fryer, and I was amazed by the results. Same thing with the pork chops, and I used no oil at all. Now, I did take my oil out because I just couldn't believe how this would work with no oil at all, but I did not have to use it. As you can see, I'm taking my pork chops straight from the pan into the flour and right into the air fryer. Now, beside the food coming out really crispy and delicious, the way fried food is supposed to be, I think the best part is the easy cleanup. If you fry food, you know how messy that is and how dangerous it can be. I'm always getting popped by grease when I'm frying food. That's why I don't do it that often. But this is so simple. The only thing you have to really clean up is the basket when you're done, and it's dishwasher safe. So if you're interested in air fryers but you were a bit of a skeptic like I was, I'm here to tell you that it works really well and you will not be disappointed. If you're thinking about purchasing one, I will have a link in my description box below, as well as a discount code for 20% off. So we're gonna have some mashed potatoes with our pork chops. I'm so used to having mashed potatoes and spinach with pork chops growing up, but I'm just making mashed potatoes and a salad. Now, my internet sisters, don't judge me for this last clip. You guys know how special I am when it comes to cutting food. You guys saw me make this salad in the last video. I didn't do anything different. I used all the same ingredients, but here is the finished meal. Those pork chops were so delicious. They were so crispy. We did loaded mashed potatoes, and I topped my salad with bacon bits, croutons, and avocado. Now that I made you guys all hungry, get yourself a snack and let's get into this garage. So we are doing a little flashback. This is an older clip. This is from last summer because I wanted you guys to see the original state of my garage when we decided to start cleaning it. That's why I said it took me 2 years to finally get this garage cleared out. I made an attempt, I filmed it, but I never posted the video for you guys because clearly I didn't complete it. You will see what the garage was looking like when I started on this actual day. It was pretty much just as bad, but I wanted you to see how bad it was for how long we've been living here. So we did purchase those shelves to put in the corner here. We ended up only buying 2, and I do want to get one more, but I'm waiting for Aldi to come out with them again this year. We purchased them from Aldi. I believe we paid $35 for each of the shelves. You'll see the second one as my husband brings it over. We also purchased those clear bins with the white tops from Aldi as well. Those were $6 per bin. So this is how I usually tackle really big, overwhelming mess that I have. It doesn't matter where it is in my house. I start with one small area. You see me sweeping up because I really wanted to completely clean one area, even though the entire garage behind me was a hot mess. But it gives you a feeling of completion, and that gives you the energy to keep going. Guys, we had so many boxes and random garbage bags full of paper and documents and pictures. It was extremely overwhelming, but all you can do is one task at a time. If you're wondering who those extra set of legs belong to, that is my mother. And I realized I never explained why it was this bad in the first place. So if you're wondering, like, how did you let it get like this? We had moved 3 times in a year and a half. And the last move was obviously when we bought our house. But by that time, I was so done with moving. We put all our boxes and things in the garage and only took the essentials into the house, and we just left it there. The last 2 moves were 3 months apart. So we moved into an apartment. We lived there for 3 months, and then we moved into a house 3 months later. I was just over it. So as you can probably tell in this video, I made 3 attempts to get this garage clean, doing a little bit more each time. The 3rd time ended up being a charm. Me in the black pants was like months later from the gray short clips, but I'm still at it, guys. You can probably tell from that kitchen set that is actually in my kids' playroom right now. This was filmed before my kids had the playroom. You'll see the gray couch that's in my kids' playroom was also in the garage. So we did get a lot of things cleared up and out. This is a better view of the bins that I bought from Aldi. They were $5.99 each, and during Christmas time they came out with the same type of bins but with red tops. I also bought some of those as well. So here is the present day. This was actually this past Wednesday, and this was the state of the garage at this point. I told you guys it wasn't far from where it started, but it was kind of better. So I wanted you guys to see how bad it was originally. It didn't take me nearly as long to clear up the mess that we had today. So my kids do have a play area in the garage. My husband spends a lot of time out there, so sometimes the kids like to go out there as well to play. I do want to get some of those foam mats for their play area, just a small portion, because my son likes to play sleep and I would prefer him not laying on the garage floor. So you're gonna see me stand up and take off because Kingston just ran out the garage and down the driveway. Good thing about him is he never really goes into the street, but it is common with autistic kids to kind of just run off sometimes. And I thought it was interesting because I was just watching Jessica Toll's video where she was cleaning out her garage and her son did the same thing. We had tons of garbage bags full of clothes that need to be donated. Most of them are the kids' clothes, but everything that I'm stacking on the chair is my clothes. I realized that I had a whole bag of my clothing, swimsuits, just the things that I was actually looking for and thought that I got rid of, and it was in the garage the whole time. So my husband was also out there the whole time helping me. He was packing most of the bigger items into the attic. And here's a funny story, guys. Why did we just discover that we had an attic in the garage? Now, I knew about the attic in the house, but I had no idea that there was this huge attic over the garage. It's like twice the size of the attic in the house. So this is how many bags we ended up with, filled with clothes and shoes from my kids. There is a local women's shelter that's not too far from us, so we will be donating all their clothes and shoes to the women's shelter. I wanted to show you guys what my husband did to keep my son from running off. He put up the baby gate. Now, I didn't think it was going to work. I'm like, he's just going to go right around it. But you guys will not believe that that actually kept Kingston from running down the driveway. Can you guys imagine how nice it was to actually see the ground in this garage? and it is finally clean. You guys have no idea how I felt to be finally done, but we still have lots that we want to do in the garage. Like I said before, we do want to get some play mats for the ground so the kids can have their little play area. I do want to get 2 more of those shelves from Aldi whenever they come out. I know they're not very organized right now, but after doing all of that work, I was done. In the corner right there is Kingster's toddler bed and my little jewelry cases. We are going to put those up in the attic, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get rid of the bed. I would love to give it away to someone or sell it. So I don't know. I'm still deciding. The bikes will eventually go up on the wall. I think I'm going to just leave my lighting kit there. That's our deep freezer. And this is like my husband's little man cave area. It's where he keeps his video games, so he comes out there to play. Hence why I said he spends a lot of time out there. But I love to see that it's a hate-free zone and he's a proud autism parent. I'm also thinking about moving the shoe rack to the other side of the door and getting another cabinet like we have there, if we can fit one there. And I wanted to show you guys my little change station. That is actually my workbook bag, and that blue plastic bag keeps my uniforms. I change my clothes in the garage. I do not come in my house with my work shoes or clothes on. It goes right in that bag. I have a little container of Clorox wipes to wipe off my lunch bag, my keys, my phone. So I'm keeping it safe over here, guys. That's it for this video. I hope it was really satisfying, because it was really satisfying for me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys.